Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's a weekly reading for the week of August 19th to the 25th. Your cards this week, Taurus: energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You've got the Strength card here. Focus energies, excuse me, you have the Fool, and that's clarified with the Two of Swords. And we have the Page of Pentacles coming in towards the end of the week. So Taurus, you have some really bright, happy looking cards here coming in, which is great to see. But let's start by looking at your recent past. So Strength card, that also came out with the Five of Pentacles. So let's talk about the Five of Pentacles first. So I really feel like some of you are really literally moving out of a darker period, a period that may have made you feel some sense of, isolation or withdrawal, or, a sense of even loss, a sense of grief, a sense of inner poverty, that kind of thing. You can see these characters in the card are literally, they don't have even just their basic needs looked after here. I don't actually know if he's even got shoes on, they're in the cold, they don't have a bed for the night, they're probably hungry and that kind of thing. However, they've just walked past a church, a refuge, a sanctuary, where I'm sure they could just go in there and, get all the things that they need. Now, what the message in this card is that, they're not seeing the bigger picture. They're not seeing the forest for the trees. So by being caught up in their own misery, their own pain, their own situation, they're not seeing the way out of it. They're sort of missing the light. They're missing the doorway. So really the message is that, change, sorry, I was going to say pain there. Change comes from seeing the bigger picture and, looking for the opportunities and shifting the mindset. Now, that came out together with the Strength card. So, yeah, of course, it hasn't been easy for you navigating through this time. I mean, the Strength card can talk about taming inner demons. So the Lion can represent, the sides of ourselves that we need to compassionately bring under control in order to move forward. So, that could be, harboring feelings of resent and anger for a situation or for somebody, and that could literally have been making you feel, withdrawn or isolated or alienated in your life. And the Strength card asks you to, whatever that thing is, to meet it with the equal and opposite emotion, feeling or force, to bring it into balance. So if it was a feeling of resentment, then we would meet that with, compassion, with forgiveness, that type of thing. So it's really asking you to assess, the kind of negative emotions, negative self-talk, what's going on the inside, and meeting that with, the balancing emotion or feeling. So some of you have probably been going through that process. I do see, just from the cards that are coming in here, that shift has already begun. I think that some of you, or most of you, are actually, moving from this Five of Pentacles through to the Strength card, and you're in that transition now, which is really great. So really overcoming those obstacles. And, you can see that these characters are in the cold and in the snow. And as I was putting that down, the insight I had is that this week, Taurus, the snow has melted. It is melting. I mean, look at here. You've got the beautiful omen of the Fool card, clarified with the Two of Swords. The Fool card also came out together with the Six of Swords. So actually, I'm going to put those down because we really need to talk about these all together. So I feel like some of you had to make a difficult, heartfelt decision in order to move through this situation and put it behind you for good. So Two of Swords, really talks about making a decision of the heart, being at a crossroads, weighing up to kind of fairly equal options. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay in that situation? Should I leave? Should I keep the toxic job? Should I find another one? The Two of Swords really talks about being at that decision-making point. It can also talk about being a little blinded in that situation, in that decision-making, which really ties in with that Five of Pentacles thinking, where these people are, blinded to the way out, basically. They're not seeing that bigger picture. But, the reminder with the Two of Swords is that by tuning into your intuition, as represented by the moon, then you'll be able to see the way through. Like, you do have all the answers that you seek within yourself. So just being very honest with yourself, tuning into your gut feelings, your intuitions, that type of thing, your heart center, and you'll know which way to move forward. So I see that. Just go back to these ones now. So I think that you really are making that decision this week. And here we have in the Six of Swords somebody who is moving forward, who is leaving something behind, leaving the past behind, leaving behind a situation that made them feel, a sense of turmoil, a sense of grief, loss, isolation, internal poverty, sadness. I think that, you've kind of reached that point where enough is enough. You've got the internal strength now to move forward from this situation. I feel like this is the week that you make that decision. You choose between those two swords. You feel clear in that decision and you decide to move on. The Six of Swords, is about moving into a new chapter, a future that is much more calm and peaceful, a future that suits you better, is more aligned with who you truly are. Now, the reminder with the Six of Swords is to, if possible, move forward with an empty vessel. This person in the card here has these six swords of the past, almost like they're taking the hurts, the sadness, or the emotional baggage with them. If possible, we want to leave those swords on the shore and carry on with lightness, which is exactly what the Fool does. This is somebody who takes only the essential items into the new journey with him. The Fool is your shining omen. This is the strong new beginning after this ending here. And look how bright it is in comparison. So I really feel like you are beginning a strong new chapter. The Fool is, holds that kind of element of predestined karmic shifts. It really is about trusting the universe, having hope, having faith, and taking those first tentative steps on a new journey into your new chapter, even though you may not be sure what the destination is. You might not know which part of the shoreline this boat is actually going to land on, but you do know that it's going to land in a place that is much more calm and much more aligned with who you are. The Fool knows that there will be challenges, as represented by the mountains, in the new journey, as there is with every new life path. But he's not worried about that at the moment, because the freedom just feels so good and the change feels so good, and it's liberating to have a new beginning. Now, with the Fool, the reminder is to, trust your instincts, listen to them once again, like the moon and the Two of Swords. Tune into your intuition, because that's going to ensure that you keep a steady footing and you don't, step off any cliffs like this guy here. The Fool also talks about, through leaving something behind in the past and stepping out on this new journey, that there's real spiritual growth and alchemical transformation to be had. And you will be guided. There's a sense of guidance with the Fool card. It's such a strong, strong card, guys. It's a new beginning here. Now, coming in towards the end of the week, it just gets better here. Page of Pentacles. So, you're really, really on the lookout for new opportunities. And those seeds here are available to you with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a messenger of opportunity. And he holds the Ace of Pentacles here. So what this really talks about is the initial seeds of new opportunity. So depending what you're transitioning from, this is a general reading, so it's difficult to say, but if you were leaving a career or a job, this could be the seeds of opportunity of something new coming in for you. And, because he's holding the Ace of Pentacles, it really is just those initial beginnings. So it could be something that somebody says, hey, I've heard so-and-so company are looking for a new person, maybe you should make contact. Oh, in fact, my friend works there. It's that kind of synchronistic new starting. If you've needed to relocate homes, you might stumble across just synchronistically, the perfect home online or something like that. If you are looking for a relationship, it could be the initial connection that you form with somebody. But either way, they actually came out with the Four of Cups. So I feel like this could be some remnants of your past situation coming in towards the end of the week. You know, maybe somebody might come back with an apology, another offer for you, but I feel like you are literally over it and you're rejecting that. You know, you're not going to accept that for you anymore. You know, you're not going to accept the Four of Cups reality. You know, you really want to keep on ascending and aiming towards 8, 9, 10 of Cups reality. You know, there's a 3. You know, it also links here to the beginnings of manifestation. We're beginning to manifest much more solid, tangible, new opportunities that are aligned so much more with you. So Taurus, that's what I have for you. You are definitely making a move this week, letting something go from the past that is no longer serving you, and you're moving into such bright new territory here, and you'll be guided under that full energy. So Taurus, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading. It won't necessarily resonate with every Taurus out there. And I'll see you again next week for another reading.